We once had a constitutional government. Many, still believe that we are a republic governed by law. Well, just the opposite. We are a government run by men. The Constitution is meaningless. Now, I say that for the executive branch, I say it for the legislature, but sadly, our basic police force, the judiciary, that's supposed to protect us all, betrays us on a daily basis. Now, the New Jersey Tea Party Caucus is in the process of creating law. In fact, Frank already has legislation prepared. We are going to introduce legislation. We're going to have this legislation on our website very soon. But not just legislation for judicial reform in New Jersey, but we have candidates here who are going to swear that oath to uphold the Constitution. They are accountable. They have to keep the judges accountable. I'll give you a couple of examples. For example, COA. The judges took it upon themselves to do social engineering. In doing so, they also violated the federal Constitution, to say the least, of the state Constitution. I guess none of them can read Article 3, Paragraph 1. I mean, it's like foreign. You might think they came from across the border. They allow, in our state, our governor has allowed our judges to legislate from the bench. And the Queaslings, and I say that with no trepidation, in the Assembly and Senate have allowed the judges to dictate to us. And you say, how? Well, on COA, we wrote the governor, and we told him what he should do. And I'm going to jump now to another one, and then I'm going to give you the answer. Abbott District. Again, funding. They violate the state constitution, they violate the federal constitution, and they say you will give specific welfare to the districts we say, without authority. The Supreme Court of the state of New Jersey is run like a backroom Chicago smoke-filled cesspool. And it's not just that. Our federal courts, circuit, Supreme Court, district court, all the way up. Constitution, what's that? Nice words, put it on paper, but we'll interpret the law. The only way our nation will survive as a republic, and that's the purpose of the New Jersey Tea Party Caucus, is to force judicial reform. What I ask you all to do is keep in mind we have to set up a network. You have to look at what they're doing. You remember we were all in Reggie, what our governor pulled out of? That's a very good one. Now here, cap and trade failed in Congress, in the federal branch. So what did our state do? Illegally, our governor joined 10 states for Reggie. They formed a compact. They violated the Constitution. Again, wait a minute. Did anybody read the Constitution that you cannot form a compact without permission from Congress? No. So now we have certain people taking credit for it. Did you know that the Tea Party sent the governor a letter saying you violated the Constitution? Chapter and verse where? He dropped out 2 days later because he's got higher aspirations. So he jumped out, and he wasn't making enough money at Reggie. And he is a tree hugger. But again, we're not here about the tree hugger. Or I should say the barking dog that's really the shih tzu. I got to tell you something. In March 26 to 28, the Supreme Court is going to go on the constitutionality of health care. Really interesting. They're going to discuss the Commerce Clause. And that's it. There are 19 violations of our Constitution, articles and amendments to the Constitution in the health care bill. You have lost your freedom. You know, you hear about, some people are alert, and they heard about habeas corpus being suspended by the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act. Let me tell you something, folks. He's gone in the healthcare bill. Your First Amendment rights, only the Muslims and certain religious groups are exempt, but you'll pay for them when they go to the hospital. But they're exempt, so they violate the First Amendment, and we have law to prove it. You go to the Fourth Amendment. Do you know they can search your records? Do you know that they could take the money out of your bank? Search and seizure no longer exists, either in the NDAA or the healthcare bill. Do you know you have no judicial review any longer? Gentlemen, you're here and you want to go to Congress. Keep this in mind. Where's the law? There is no law. We're all victims. So what we're hoping to do, and we have to pray that we accomplish it, is network throughout New Jersey. Every group, whether it's a civic group, whether it's a Democrat group, whether it's a Republican group, whether it's a Tea Party group, because the New Jersey Tea Party is not a Republican organization, we're constitutionalists. And so are Democrats, so are independents, so are Republicans. So I'm telling you, this is serious. Not serious for men like myself at 69 years old. I can go fishing in the backyard. I have fish in my backyard. But hey, what about my kids? What about my grandchildren? They're representatives, these gentlemen. And we only pray that the best man goes to Congress, swears that out and say, you can't do it. You know, the Democrats, it's not the Democrat Party of old. Zell Miller walked out, who was a great Democrat. He says, this is not my party. This is not a Republican Party. A bunch of Queaslings, they wrap themselves in the flag and lie. Christie could stop Abbott right now. That's $500 million of your tax dollars. All he has to say is, I'm not giving you the hit $500 million unless you can show me constitutionally where. You have the authority. They have no authority. You want COLA? Okay. You pass legislation. How dare you? How dare you, a court, change the original legislation and then say, well, if you don't do what we're told, we'll give a builder's remedy. So they set up a builder's remedy. Where's the legislation?
Or they try to arrest you, right? If you're a legislator, they'll actually try to arrest you.
So wait a minute, I want to know where it is in the original legislation. You can't change it. There is law, legions of law. But we're not a country of law any longer. This is sad. This is sad. You're here today, this place should be stretched with thousands. Tomorrow, you're not going to be able to do this, folks. We need judicial reform because that is our only protection. The chief executive orders of the states and the chief executive order of our president, look what they do. The legislature, well, I'll talk about it. Then I'll go have a cocktail with the boys. Give me a break. We are in dire trouble. I could go on, definitely, but they want to kick me off. So because I know Mark is going to go like this. So again, any questions, I'm always available. God bless you all.